Jai Sri Krishna. Let's start discussion on very important topic, very hot topic, and there is a huge requirement of the business analyst role, that is a digital transformation. So how the digitally the technologies or the processes or the ideas are transformed from more AI ML perspective for more IoT perspective. They are upgrading their the digitalization of their business. So let's discuss on that topic, and it is on the very important topic. And in this area, the more number of business analysts will require. They are creating the flow chart, process flow, to suggest how the to be process will look like. So let's discuss on that hot topic in detail, and you should be in the innovative approach to future technology integration, and how the technology will, how the process will look like in the futures, and how that transformation will happen, that will done by business analyst. And in that area, what are the challenges, what are the roles and responsibility of business analyst, what things the business analyst will consider is a in scope functionality and out scope functionality. So that all these things we will detailedly discuss in these videos. So let's move on the next slide, guys. So that is and the introduction to the digital transformation. So basically I'll give you what is a digital transformation, why it exists. So let's first discuss on introduction on this topic, and then we will understand the business analyst roles and responsibilities and challenges and the key impacts. So let's I'll give you the overview of digital transformation. So basically, where what is the definition of digital transformation, what are the scope in content, what are the culture shift and importance of the digital transformation, and in that digital transformation, what is the roles and responsibilities and the key area where the business analysts need to be focused. So the digital transformation is the reshape the business processes and models using the digital technology, and to deliver a greater value, or to increase the automation in the system, or to help the business to achieve their objective, to identify the pain point or weak point in the business processes or the flow, and that will enhance the process flows, and the model, their business model, where they can generate more revenues or more profit. So that way we are creating the business models with using the digital transformation. And then the culture shift is important. Obviously the technology is involving, the user roles and responsibilities are involvement, or the customer requirements are changing. So that's why we need to successful transformation require to culture changes, and enhancing the experimentation and learning from the failure, where we are fail, what are the customer thinking process will changes, and where we are fail, where we make a mistake, what strategy we are going to fail. So that's identify, and accordingly culture and accordingly customer requirement, we need to reshape the process, or the the digitalize the process. So that's the uh, culture shaped and important. And then in that digital transformation, what are the key role and responsibilities of business analysts? So the business analysts guide the organization by aligning a digital innovation with the goal to drive the measurable value, or it should be achievable, and the BA should define the goal and work on that goal, and it should be complete in the time frame. So let's move on the next slide, that is understanding the role of a business analyst. So in the digital transformation, what are the role of business analyst? So we are going to understand that thing in next slide. So the BA contribution to the digital change, where the BA will contribute, how the BA will work in that digital change, and what the area or in which area BA need to work high on that digital transformation. So let's first, BA is the bridging the gap between the stakeholder and IT teams, and the most important where the BA role is needed. So business analysts connect the business stakeholder and IT team to align a digital initiation with the business goal. So BA will understand the business objective, business domain, business problem, or business in-scope functionality, business out-scope functionality, business objective, business goal, or the vision, mission, that all the things BA need to be understand, or BA need to be understand why they are the business want to digital transformation, what are the pain point they are going to solve from that digital transformation. And then accordingly create a document, that's a process flow diagram, swim lane diagram, or then the sequence diagram, flow chart, process flow, draw the wireframes, prototype, and business requirement document, functional requirement document, and connect that thing to the development team, get the development done from them, and to do the UAT testing with the business team, and then take a sign up and then deliver. So that's are the BA will there bridge the gap between in this area. And the process analysis and solution recommendation. Yeah, the BA is a key role that they are analyze the business processes and recommend the digital technology solutions that meet the business needs effectively, that achieve the business objective and business goal. So they will provide the solutions to recommend the businesses. and, and the change management. Yeah, in the IT organization, or the more higher the projects, there are the continuously changes come from the business itself or the compliance team itself. So accordingly, BA will manage that change request from the requirement gathering to the requirement analysis to the design to the development to the testing to the UAT testing to the production deployment or the feedback support. So BA need to do all these things, and BA has the key plan for all these the process. And business analysis assist in the change management by preparing organization for new technology and supporting the training and help them to that entire process is done. And the strategic role in the digital transformation. So BA will, they ensure the solution are feasible, scalable, achievable, or testable, or align with the organization vision through the requirement management, and it should be usable to the end user. So that's the BA contribution in that four areas. So let's move on the next slide. That is also the important, the strategic vision and planning. So let's discuss on the developing a digital transformation roadmap. So how the roadmap, or what are the processes, or what are the stages we are going to follow, and how we will going to achieve. So we need to define the roadmap to to achieve that thing. So strategic vision alignment, there is the different role: roadmap development, stakeholder engagement, and monitoring, and the governance. So in the strategic vision alignment, so BA will, business analyst will help to define or create and clear vision align with the long term organizational goal or the short term goal, or why the BA business want that system. So that will, BA will create the goals, objectives, and accordingly he will start work to prepare the business requirement document and the roadmap developing. So the BA will develop a step by step roadmap to achieve the digital maturity throughout the key initiative and the priority. So BA will create the project charter or the work breakdown structure, or to create the pestle, do the pestle analysis, Fishbone diagram. So BA will do this analysis or check it's that feasible or not feasible, and then create the roadmap. When the requirement gathering is sessions are completed, when the business requirement document is created, development is testing is done. So that roadmap is done by the BA, and step by step they will achieve one by one milestone. And the stakeholder engagement, so BA will ensure the stakeholder buy in by communicating benefits and addressing the concerns is effectively and efficiently, and they are all are on the same page, like a business stakeholder or the technical stakeholder or the project manager. So BA make sure that the requirement are completed within the allocated time. And monitoring the governance, so setting objective success criteria and governance structure to track the progress and the adjusted plan and monitor everything and on time. So let's move on the next slide. That is also one of the important, that is a key technologies in the digital transformation. So what are the technologies that involve in the digital transformation, and what are the technologies that business analyst should know how it functionally work, and what are the techniques it require, or what some technological perspective. It is not required to know the programming language, but you know how that technology will work. So that will help you to create your the use cases or the business cases. So let's discuss on the technological, the for the business analyst. So more emerging technologies like cloud computing, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, IoT, blockchain, robotic process automation are the key technology driver digital transformation, and they are continuously improving the processes for the businesses, and new way of doing businesses will increase from that technologies. And the business analyst role on the search technologies and how that process will work. So business analyst assess a technology solution and analyze the business impact or the business influences, and ensuring align with the strategic goal, or we are able to achieve the strategic goal. So these are the business analyst role and the driving innovative and advantage. So staying informed on tech trend allow the BA to recommend the innovative solution for competitive business advantage, and they will work on innovative ideas and according use these technologies like cloud computing, AI, ML, big data, IoT, blockchain, robotic process automation, or other technologies that in cyber security technologies, and to identify the business problem and which technology will most optimum to solve that the business problem. So accordingly BA will think on that perspective also. Let's discuss on the case studies and the real world applications of the digital transformation and how it will involve in the digitally. So let's discuss some example that are very important and you should know. So AI in retail, IoT in healthcare, blockchain in finance, and where the role of business analyst in these technologies. So the AI is in the finance, is also it is in the blockchain. For every technology are using the AI techniques to enhance their businesses. So retail companies using AI and analytics to personalize the customer experience and boost the sales activity, understand the nature of the customer and understand the buying pattern of customers with using the machine learning technologies or AI technologies like semi supervised, unsupervised, same supervised learning technique, deep learning, reinforcement learning, and accordingly they will create understand patterns of the customer buying behavior, and accordingly they will allow the product or on the home page of that customer. And then the IoT technology. So healthcare provide the implement the IoT devices to monitor the patient remotely and improve the health outcomes and give the appropriate suggestions, or to to increase the customer satisfaction or the patient satisfaction, and to to manage the patient journey. So they will use the IoT in healthcare and blockchain in the finance. So the blockchains technology are huge impacted on the finance. The cryptocurrencies and the cryptocurrencies in the central bank are launching. So blockchain enhance the security and transparency in the financial transformation for improve the trust and increase the efficiencies. So these are the the examples of digital transformation, and where the role of business analyst is, the business analyst will identify the needs and define the requirement, integrate the solution for the successful digital transformation. And the BA will identify the business need, what are the technologies are sufficient, and to create the business requirement into the functional requirement or into that technological perspective requirement, and get the development done and do the UAT testing and give the solution to the end user. So let's discuss on the next slides, that is the challenges and the solution that the BMA involve and BMA solve these challenges. So let's discuss on that slides that will overcome the barriers to digital transformation, and how we are going to overcome these things, and what are the tools and technique we use, and how can we do so. Let's discuss on that thing. And managing the resistance to change, engage the stakeholder early and provide the training to reduce the fear and dispersion during the transformation, and to conduct the the workshops or the sessions or the training session to the end user, and help them to how the the process will work, and managing how the work will enhance, and what are the their pain points we are going to solve from that digital transformation. So these are the the BA part. And ensuring the data security. So we should make sure that data, banking data, retail data, customer data are make sure that is safe and secure, and it is not stolen by the theft, or and it is not be the misuse. So collaborate with the IT and compliance team to implement the strong security measure and for the security of data, and understand the data flow and to encrypted data. So addressing the integration issues, make the integration requirement to ensure new digital solution work with the legacy system and seamlessly. And whenever the new technology or the new process could allow the legacy system, it should be work, and the legacy process flow will be as is there up to the new technology or the new digital transformation are we are not able to implement in the 100%. So that's will be make sure by the business analyst and building the digital skills. So prompt upskill programming and faster culture for continuous digital learning for the adoption of success and to new way of working in this area. So let's discuss on the future, how the future will look like after the digital transformation are implemented. So involving the role of business analysts in this area. So strategic responsibilities. So business analysts now shape a digital strategies and lead a cross functional innovation team to drive the growth and to help them to grow, and the BA will create a new strategies how that project will get successes, and the strategic environment, and be able to thinking the 360-degree way, and then the technology adoption. So BA must keep up the emerging technology and leverage them for creating the business value and innovation and upgrade the business strategies or the business innovation. And the change agent. So future business analysts act as a change agent, influencing the culture and promoting the organization agility, and to manage the change request and to be a change request for the processes and the process implementation. And then the communication and leadership. So strong communication and leadership skill are essential for managing the stakeholder and for forecasting the communication. So BA should have the communication and leadership skill to manage the every stakeholder and understand their requirement and influence them to work on that project. So these are the end of that very important and very energetic topic, that is the digital transformation for the business analyst is end. So if you like my efforts and if you like my video content, so guys, please do like and subscribe my channel, so that motivate me to create and more such videos for you. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video.